All right, let's dive into a really fascinating thought experiment. Imagine a scientific breakthrough so huge that it doesn't just change what we know, it changes who we are. We're going to explore the hypothetical consequences of something called the new science.
So the whole idea really boils down to this one massive question. If this new science causes a great burst in our understanding, what would actually happen? What would the real-world consequences be? What would that future even look like?
Okay, so a quick heads up before we really get into it. For this explainer, we're just going to accept that this new science is a real thing. We're not here to get bogged down in the mechanics of it. Instead, we're going to explore the incredible ripple effects it's predicted to have on, well, everything. So you might be wondering, where does a change this massive even begin? With governments? Giant corporations? Nope. According to the source material, it starts much smaller. It starts with you. It starts at the individual level, with a radical shift in what we all value most. And this right here is the first, most critical piece of the puzzle. The new #1 goal for every single person becomes achieving something called thinking function health. Now, this isn't just about being smart or knowing a ton of facts. It's about optimizing the very machinery of your mind, your clarity, your logic, your emotional balance. It's about the well-being of your thought process itself becoming the new foundation for a good life.
But here's the really cool part. You'd think all this intense self-focus would make everyone super isolated, right? Well, the prediction is the exact opposite. It actually creates this powerful ripple effect that scales up from you to your community and eventually to entire nations. And it's not just random chance. There's a clear 3-step chain reaction laid out. First, like we said, individuals focus on their own thinking function health. Then, that allows social groups, families, workplaces, communities, to start meeting what are called human attributes requirements, basically the core needs for empathy, collaboration, and rational conversation. And finally, with that foundation, whole nations begin to adjust their policies to support this new way of being. It's a total bottom-up revolution.
This quote just nails the ultimate outcome. I mean, just think about that for a second. In this future, peace isn't some far-off dream we're desperately fighting for anymore. It becomes the default setting. It's just the natural state of affairs when you have a society full of people who've mastered their own minds. Wow.
Okay, so we've got this incredible social and political shift happening. But that's not all. At the very same time, this great burst would totally ignite a revolution in what we know and how we think, completely transforming academia and culture.
And what's really interesting is how differently this new knowledge gets adopted. You kind of have two tracks running at once. On one hand, academia just explodes. The human thinking function becomes the hottest field of study with a flood of research papers coming out. But on the other hand, established cultural institutions like religions and political parties take a much quieter, more gradual approach, slowly weaving these new ideas into their existing beliefs.
So you've got the individual transformations, the societal harmony, the academic revolution, and all of it is building towards one final, absolutely profound consequence. This is the big one. This is what's seen as humanity's next chapter.
And here's the bottom line. The most immediate and powerful result of this whole thing is that humanity starts to advance like never before. But here's the game changer. We do it peacefully. Progress is no longer tied to conflict.
And this is the mic drop moment, the most incredible prediction of all. The idea is that all of human history, everything that's happened up until now, has just been our species' childhood, our infancy. And this great burst is the moment we collectively grow up, the moment humanity finally steps into its maturity. It's a truly breathtaking thought.
So, to wrap this up, we'll turn the final questions back to you. After hearing about all these potential consequences, what part of this idea grabs you the most? Is it the personal transformation, the vision of a truly harmonious society, or that mind-blowing idea of humanity finally reaching its next stage? Definitely something to chew on. Thanks for joining me.